Max, Marie, Amanda, Christ, Melchizedek, Shekinah, Amanda, Marie, Docs. Friends like mine, friends like my grandfather. Okay, Genesis 43. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 32, 33. The family was thrown in the land. Verse 3. And the famine was sore in the land, and it came to pass that when they had eaten corn, which they brought out of Egypt, their father said unto them, Go again, and buy us a little food. And Judah spake unto him, saying, The man did solemnly protest unto us, saying, You shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. If thou wilt send our younger brother with us, we will go down to buy food. But if thou wilt not send him, we will not go down. For the man said unto us, Ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. And Israel said, Wherefore dealt you so ill with me, as to tell the man whether he had yet a brother? And they said, The man asked us straightly of our state and our kindred, saying, Is your father yet alive? Have you another brother? And we told him to the corner to these words, Could we certainly know that he would say, Bring your brother down? And Judah said unto Israel his father, Send the lad with me, and we will rise up and go, that we may live and not die, both we and thou and our little ones. And I will be surely for him of hand shalt thou require him. If I bring him not unto me, and set him before thee, then let me bear the blame forever. For except we linger surely now, sureliness, Christ Melchizedek, not from end, secondliness, surely now we had returned the second time. And the father Israel said, If it must be so now, do this, take the best of the fruits of the land in your vessels, and carry down the man a present, a little balm, a little honey, spices, and myrrh, nuts and almonds. And take the double money in your hand, and the money that was brought again to you by the mouth of your sack. Carry it again in your hand, peradventure it was an oversight. Take also your brother, and rise up and go again unto the man. And God Almighty give you mercy before the man, that he may send away your other brother and Benjamin. If I bereave of my children, I am bereaved. And the man took that present, and they took the double money in their hand, and Benjamin, and rose up, and went down to Egypt, and stood before Joseph. And when Joseph saw that Benjamin was with him, he said unto the ruler of the house, Bring these men home, slay and make ready for them, for these men shall dine with me at noon. And the man did Joseph bade, and the man brought the men into Joseph's house. And the men were afraid, because they brought into Joseph's house, and they said, Because of the money that was returned in our sacks at the first time, we are brought in, that we may seek occasion against us, and fall, and take us for bondmen in ASSES. What about the bondwomen? And they came near to the steward of the house, and they communed with him at the door, and said, O sir, we came indeed at the first time to buy food. And it came to pass that when we came to the end, that we might open our sacks, and behold, every man's money was in the mouth of the sack. Our money is full in weight, and we have brought again in our hand. And the other money we brought down in our hands to buy food. We cannot tell you who put our money in our sacks. And he said, Peace be to you, and fear not. Your God and the God of your father has given you treasure in your sacks. I had your money. And he brought Simeon out unto them. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house and gave them water, and they washed their feet, and he gave their ASSES provender. And they made ready the present against Joseph came at noon. The present against ready the present against Joseph came at noon, for they heard that they should eat bread there. And when Joseph came home, they brought him the present which was in their hand into the house, and bowed themselves to him to the earth. And he asked them of their welfare, and he said, Is your father well? The old man of whom ye spake, is he yet alive? And they said, Thy father is in good health, yet he is yet alive. And they bowed their heads and made obeisance. And he lifted up his eyes and saw Benjamin his mother's son, and said, Is this your younger brother, of whom ye spake unto me? And he said, Good, be gracious unto thee, my son. And Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his brother. And he sought where to weep, and he entered into the chamber and wept there. And he washed in his face and went out and refrained himself and said, Set on bread. And they sat for himself, for them by themselves, and they sat for him by himself, and for them by themselves, and for the Egyptians which did eat with them by themselves, because the Egyptians might not eat bread with Hebrews, for that is an abomination unto Egyptians. And they sat before him, the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men marveled at one another. And he took and sent messes unto them before them, but Benjamin's mess was 5 times as much as any of theirs, and they drank and were merry with them. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Jesus. Okay, brother. I don't think I should be. Look at me. Oh boy. What else fade into nothingness? Possibly, Lord. Because I don't know. Okay. Mark 14. Mark 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47. And straightway in the morning that the chief priests had a consultation with the elders and scribes and the whole council, and bound Jesus, and carried him away, and delivered him to Pilate. And Pilate said unto him, Art thou king of the Jews? And he answered and said unto him, Thou sayest. And the chief priests accused him of many things, but he answered nothing. And Pilate said unto him again, Answerest thou nothing? Behold, how many things they witness against thee. But Jesus yet answered nothing, so that Pilate marveled. Pilate is also someone that flies, or Pilate is someone that flies an airplane. Woman, man. Now at the feast he released unto them one prisoner, whomsoever they desired. And there was one named Barabbas, which was bound with them, and had made an insurrection with them, and had committed murder and insurrection. And the multitude, crying aloud, began to desire him that he had ever done unto them. But Pilate answered and said, Will yet I release unto you the King of the Jews? For he knew that the chief priests had delivered him for envy. But the chief priests moved to the people, and should rather release Barabbas unto them. And Pilate answered and said unto them, What will ye then that I should do unto him, the King of the Jews? And they said, cried out again, Crucify him. Then Pilate said unto them, Why? What evil has he done? And they cried out more exceedingly, Crucify him. And so Pilate, willing to content the people, released Barabbas unto them, and delivered Jesus, when he had scourged him, to be crucified. And the soldiers led him away in the hall called Praetorium, and they called together the whole band. They clothed him with purple and platted crown of thorns, and put it on his hand, and began to salute him, Hail, King of the Jews! And when they smote him on the head with a reed, and did spit on him, and bound their knees to worship him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple and put his own clothes on him, and let him out to crucify him. And they compel one Simon Syrian, he was black by the way, who passed by out of the country, the father of Alexander and Rufus, to bear his cross, and bring him to the place Golgotha, which is being interpreted the place of the skull. And they gave him to drink wine mingled with myrrh, but he received it not. And when they, that's actually, I think it's vinegar, I think, not sure, but they and when they had crucified, they parted his garments, casting him upon them, that what every man should take. And the third hour they crucified him. And the superscription of his accusation was written over, "The King of the Jews." And with him they crucified two thieves, the one at his right hand and the other at his left. And the scripture was fulfilled, saying, "And he was numbered with the transgressors." And they that passed by and railed on him, wagged their heads and said, thou destroyest the temple and buildest it up in 3 days. Save thyself and come down from the cross. Likewise also the chief priests, mocking him among themselves, that he saved others, himself he cannot save. Let Christ the King of Israel descend from the cross, that we may see and believe. And when they were crucified with him, they reviled him. In the 6th hour there was darkness over the whole land. And the 9th hour Jesus cried with a loud voice, saying, Eloi, 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 lama sabachthani, which is by interpretation, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? And some of them that stood by, when they heard it, said, Behold, he calls Elias. And one ran and offered a sponge of vinegar and put it on the reed and gave him to drink, saying, Let alone, let us see whether Elias will come to take him down. And Jesus cried out with a loud voice and gave it a ghost. And the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom. And when the centurion which stood over him against him saw that he cried out, and they gave up the ghost, he said, Truly this man was the Son of God. Therefore were women looking afar off. Among them was Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James the Less and Joseph, and Salome, who also, when he was following Galilee, ministered unto him, and many other women which came up with him unto Jerusalem. And now, when it was evening, because it was preparation that this day before the Sabbath, Jesus, Arimathea, an honorable counselor, which also waited for the kingdom of God, came and went and boldly Pilate and craved the body of Jesus. And Pilate marveled if he were already dead, and calling the centurion to ask if he had been any while dead, and he knew it was the centurion. He gave the body to Joseph, and he brought the fine linen and took him down and wrapped him in the linen and laid him in a sepulchre which was hewn out of the rock, and rolled a stone unto the door of the sepulchre. And Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of Joseph, behold, where he was laid. Okay. Alright. Nostra Amanda. Mother. Ladies Magic. I'm not ever Knox though. Christ, good evil, those don't treat me right. That's what I want. One of my heart's desires. Not shaking his prejudice. A lot of times it is, but don't foresee again, my cousin said.